chaotic start to your weekly debate / discussion show, #shout, with me, the principal professional, the producer, SteveJones313. Thanks for joining us. And of course, with us, as usual, we have the patron saint socioc with the maniacal mark. He is the Geek King. How you doing, Geek King?
Oh, boobs.
Okay. And playing on Temple Run 2, over in the corner, he is the founder of the show and executive producer. He is the professional pimp, the suited-up Sith. He is the designer of all our official merchandise, TheLonewalker1. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. The pirate pimp is back.
Absolutely. And
You stayed the whole show this time.
Theoretically, yes. I'm going to do my best, as only I can.
there is no try.
Do or do not, there is no try. But again, I'm a Sith, not a Jedi.
Master Yoda was a wise one.
Do or do not, there is no try unless you're a Sith, not a Jedi. Word up to my homies.
Just
on
because it
Tatooine.
rhymes doesn't mean it's true.
Word up to my homies on Tatooine.
Anyhow,
At least it wasn't order on.
No, I've been looking in all the wrong places.
Hey!
this is going so far above my head, and not just because I'm 5'5".
Okay.
I'm only 5'5.5".
Yeah, same height as me.
I like talking
He's
over
going to keep
your
on growing, though.
I like literally talking over your head.
Yeah.
Can't you say I'm 6'3"?
Yeah, Dan has a considerable height advantage over both of us.
Mm-hmm. But anyhow,
Indeed.
as per usual, we're here to discuss the events of the week, if we feel like it. Plus, we talk about stuff that we give a shit about, and hopefully you'll give a shit about them too. And of course, if you ever have any questions for the show, you can send them in by the Shout the Show. And just to let you guys know that the Shout the Show Tumblr has been updated to include an FAQ. So basically, you go on to the.
I did not know this.
Oh, say I've been busy.
Do you know why? It's because he's the prince of professionalism.
That's damn skippy.
Hey Dan, the reason we didn't know is because we've been goofing off and having.
We have questions for talking about that.
You do. So basically, if you go over to shouttheshow.tumblr.com, on the left-hand side, just at the Fancast, you'll find FAQ. Click on that and you'll find the answers to the most frequently asked questions in regards to the show, such as can I be on the show, who does your artwork, who made the theme song, where do you go to the show, etc., etc.
Yeah, you can also find the secrets to life and many other questions. For example, we do not have the solution to your pancake problems because Stephen doesn't like pancakes, but
Hang on, just because I don't like pancakes doesn't
Do you
mean
know how
other
you
people can't have
solve?
them.
Do you know how to solve any problem with pancakes?
well,
Maple syrup.
I don't like maple
Yes.
syrup.
you are the toast of the pancake eating community.
Fuck you.
I can't. We're not allowed porn on the show.
Anyway,
Porn.
no.
Click.
Let's get the show on.
road.
Let's get the show on the road. Adam,
Yes,
tweets of the week.
Andy.
Are you ready for them?
I will get us to the tweet of the week as soon as the tablet thingy starts working and not being frozen on the game screen because it's all silly and stuff.
So how much time do you need? You reckon you need the same amount of time as it would take for Geek to do the normal intro to the bit?
Doesn't work!
No, don't unpause. Stop it. Stop it now.
It's all going wrong!
I've done it. I've got it. I've got it. Okay, Dan.
Geek, quickly, before it's too late, say it! Say it! The tweet's the big thing, say it! Do your normal intro to this segment! Please!
Okay, I think that solved the problem. Steven, is the Fox capacitor still working?
It's working fine.
Okay, it's good. It's just because we ran out of tweet fuel. Right, our first tweet comes from @LifeQuotes. Life is short. Kiss slowly, laugh insanely, love truly, and forgive quickly. Paolo Coelho. Our next tweet comes from @Biggie Langston. One day I'll recall the amount of time I wasted on Twitter, and I'll know that's why I never became an astrophysicist. And this one is more important to me than these two, I must admit. @Penguin Teen. And breaking news, Shailene Woodley will be playing Hazel in a #TFIOS movie. And lots of links you can go to see that, and all the movie info and such.
And those are your...
Tweets of the week.
And yes, on to the rest
Doing
of the...
Dad's voice of break.
Yeah. On to the rest of the show. As I said, every week we come to you guys with some stuff that happened in the week that we're interested in, so we want to share with you. Sometimes controversial, like, all this, abortion and laws and stuff. And then stuff that is light-hearted and fun, like
Boobs!
and comics.
Boobs!
And more boobs! And more comics! And comics with boobs! And boobs with comics.
So before I get to any kind of serious-ish stuff, I do want to turn you guys over to Geek King, who has some comic book related news.
No, I have movie news.
Oh, movie news.
Movie news.
It doesn't involve Marvel.
It does.
So technically, does relate to comics.
But it's not comic book news.
That's still.
That refers to the books themselves.
I think I made a mistake, but I'm saying there is a slight relation.
Comic book entertainment news.
Yeah, so there's a relation.
He doesn't make mistakes, he makes unavoidable errors.
So, some movie news. Let's start with Godzilla, who doesn't seem to be fucking leaving the press.
God damn it, Godzilla, leave Japan alone!
Ken Watabe, I believe his name is Watabe. Watanabe. He has joined the cast.
Okay.
No word on what he'll be playing yet, but you have to have one Asian if you make a Godzilla film.
Well, yeah, it's kind of required since usually Godzilla films are set in Japan, which is kind of in Asia.
What details have been revealed about Transformers 4?
Oh, wait a minute, I don't like Transformers.
Michael Bay is back.
Yay.
So this is a brief outline that's arrived online. As humanity picks up the pieces following the conclusion of Transformers Dark of the Moon, and that's just the people leaving the cinema, Autobots and Decepticons have all vanished from the face of the planet.
Yay.
However, a group of powerful, ingenious businessmen and scientists attempt to learn from past Transformer incursions and push the boundaries of territory beyond what they can control, all while an ancient, powerful Transformer menace sets Earth in its crosshairs. The epic adventure and battle between good and evil, freedom and enslavement, presumably with lots of explosions, directed by Michael Bay and starring Mark Wahlberg. Transformers 4 opens in the UK the 27th of June 2014, and this geek will be going to watch it not because he wants to, but because his girlfriend likes the Transformers films.
Well, geek, I am very sorry for you. That you will see the film, not that you have enough.
Kiefer Sutherland, that famous Canadian drunk.
Yes, I do.
24.
I'm sorry, what?
The main guy in 24.
Okay.
It's the guy that's all like,
He's in the Lost Boys.
Okay.
You've seen like not the full show, but you'll see. He does a number one, which is a show about he's got
Touch.
the kid that
His kid's autistic or something like that.
yeah, but he sees numbers.
Yeah. Has
you know who?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll show you. Right.
You stop playing Temple Run for 5 seconds and
Give us
that's
another
all
one.
he was seeing.
I'm sure off camera. I'm showing Adam a picture of Keith Sutherland. I assure you, you know who he is.
Bring him with IMDb.
Did you ever see what was it called? Was it called Phone Booth?
Yeah, what
With Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in that. Of course, that doesn't help because you only see his face near the end.
Did you see Lost Boys? One of the
Adam,
vampires?
you know who Keith Sutherland is. You've seen him on TV.
I don't know any of these shows!
Yeah, but you've seen bits of like adverts for them. He's one of the big jokes.
Was it Dancers? No, he wasn't Dancers.
Just move on.
Anyway, he has been announced as to play the villain in the Paul W.S. Anderson Swords and Sandals action film Pompeii. Yes, they're making a Pompeii film.
Well, I imagine this is going to boil over.
Set in the titular city during the corruption of Mount Vesuvius. The Wilberforce Game of Thrones star Kit Harington is a slave who falls in love with his master's daughter, Emily Browning. Sadly for our young lovers, she's been promised to a corrupt Roman centaur.
Centaur?
Senator.
Oh, I thought you said centaur.
I did, but I misread it. I was thinking, like, what the fuck?
Why would you marry a centaur, you Chris chick?
Which is where Sutherland will step in. He's also keeping Harrington's best mate locked up in a Roman dungeon, just for extra boo-hiss value. It sounds a tiny bit like 3 different films: star-crossed romance meets revenge drama meets chaotic disaster, smashed together, but impressive cast has got us interested. And peak, they will open 2014 in the UK. And finally, this is possibly the greatest and yet most hysterical news I have ever brought to you
Yes.
on
This is what we were discussing yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, good God.
on hashtag shout. If Total Film had an interview recently with a certain Belgian action star, and this is what they said. If Marvel are looking for some stunt casting in their next round of superhero projects, this actor, who I will keep nameless until the end, has made it known that he's ready and willing to join in the fun. He has responded to comments from Chris Hemsworth saying that he'd like to star opposite the Belgian action hero, expressing an interest in a number of Marvel properties. He says, I read that Chris Hemsworth would like me to co-star in Avengers 2. It would be fun to play one of these types of amazing comic book characters again. By the way, I'm a big fan of Marvel superheroes, Silver Surfer, and also another heroic fictional character known as Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze, which props to the man for knowing who the fuck Doc Savage is.
Mm-hmm.
With the Fantastic Four soon to be rebooted by Josh Trank, perhaps there'll be room for me to realise. Perhaps there'll be room for him to realise his dream. Has the Avengers 2 found its famous? The possibilities are endless. The Fantastic Four will open in the US on the 6th of March 2015, and the Avengers 2 following on the 1st of May 2015. The action star. No, see, I can't do this all
You've got to go look. Steven?
Belgian, right?
He's one of the greatest actors. He can do anything. Action. He could do action. He could do Little Orphan Annie. He could even be in a Disney film. I reckon he might even be able to do Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Darcy. Mr. Darcy.
Oh, can you imagine him as Hamlet?
Macbeth.
Oh, Macbeth. Or I bet he
looked great starring opposite Sir Ian McKellen in Richard III.
Oh, can you imagine him in such greats like Casablanca?
Oh!
Titanic!
We get it, it's a shit actor.
Yes, but you don't get how shit. The character of the Silver Surfer is quite solemn and...
Don't say Tony Wiseau.
No. It's quite solemn, isn't he?
Yes.
Because he's lost in this planet and he's trying to find the reason for heroism while he's still got to do his job.
It doesn't help that I don't know any characters for their Belgian ancestry. You know?
Yes. The character isn't Belgian.
No, I meant the actor. I don't know any actors for being from Belgium.
To be put in the guessing game.
Yes.
This actor co-starred in some of the worst films of the late 80s, early 90s. Right?
He may be an old man, but he's losing his memory.
Right?
I'm just trying to keep a joke running on the show. I'm trying to be nice. Damn it, I died.
He featured in a video game movie.
TheLonewalker1's American, right?
Mm-hmm. His nickname is the Muscles from Brussels, and recently reignited his career.
Jean-Claude Van Damme
wants to be the Silver Surfer.
I wish you could all see the face of Steven is pulling, but it is quite beautiful.
That's Belgium.
I'm just curious.
It's the capital city of Belgium.
Yeah. I didn't know.
But yes,
I don't know fucking geography, alright?
Steven, Jean-Claude Van Damme wants to play the Silver Surfer.
I've got a good idea.
What?
You can get cancer and die.
That's too much. We thought just laugh at him, that'd be fair enough.
No, why are you going to go down with cancer?
Yeah, always with a death.
Because fuck him, that's why.
Well, then I haven't seen
guy
the
has-
Honey Badger.
The guy has never produced a good movie in his entire career.
Kickboxer.
I stand corrected.
Bloodsport.
Jesus fucking Christ, these sound like classics.
Well, I'm sorry that they're not Dungeons and Dragons or...
No, that was a shit movie.
But,
In fact, that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was pretty
No matter
bad.
which one you talk about.
The
You know.
blood.
Yeah. I mean, another person I could go join him, say Steven Seagal, never produced a good movie in his life.
And a siege.
No, never had a good movie in his entire career. Chuck Norris, he can go as well. He's just terrible.
Yes, I actually have to agree with you on that one. Chuck Norris is one of the most overrated actors and pop culture icons of the 21st century.
Exactly.
Followed loosely by Mother Teresa.
I'm just going to sit here and be quiet.
Dan, we love you, really.
I have mixed feelings. Ever since he tried to bum me in Asda.
Didn't try, I did.
Oh, that's a funny story. Well, see, Stephen is a kindly gentleman, and when an old lady tried to get a chocolate bar, he accidentally almost had anal sex with Dan.
And Dan just stood there.
And Dan just stood there and just kind of chuckled greatly at this. I took a step back because I was confused. This is what happens when we don't have a people show to talk to, right?
Kristen Stewart, she can go as well, but for obvious reasons.
One Direction. They're not movie stars, but screw them anyway.
I'm not trying to move into music because there's far too many people in music I could throw into the pit of...
Bieber, Dwayne Sizzler.
Well, yeah, exactly. The whole would get full.
Oh, we know this show's opinion on Justin Bieber.
Dwayne Sizzler.
Well, Twitter. Who's that one?
That's Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
Oh, miss, it might actually be me.
I mean, dear sweet God, just be a lesbian and have done with it.
Well, no, because then she can talk about how the chicks didn't love her either.
Seriously, can we please have a song that just says, maybe I'm the problem?
Yeah. There's, what's the song?
We are never getting back together.
We're never
getting back together.
He doesn't want to, you dozy cow.
There's a reason he dumped you.
One of these days, we are going to get the most sophisticated yet whinier version of Fuck You and Fuck You Right Back.
Oh, I love them songs.
I hate them, but...
I love them for one reason only.
What?
Because a friend of mine a couple of friends of mine used them as breakup songs. I was like, that's what they're supposed to be! No, you worked out!
But it's just like...
You are a genius.
It's just like... every single fucking
You know
time...
what the problem is as well?
What?
Those songs get stuck in your head.
I just...
My problem, the only song I've had a real problem like that is, like, from the 21st century, has been Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe. They are stuck in my freaking head.
And you know what the problem is?
What?
I'm going to say this, and I can say this because I'm 6'3" and 20 stone and can hurt anyone who says anything against me.
Yep.
Call Me Maybe?
Not the worst song.
Not that bad.
What do you think about it?
It's a cheesy pop song, sure.
But it's a good
But it's a catchy one.
Yeah.
In fairness, so that I completely understand why you guys say that. It's because the invaders have get into your brains. I'm immune to my vast stupidity.
It's not like it's Friday.
Yeah, that is.
It's Friday.
But she then recorded another song to prove the haters wrong. But if you're trying to prove that you suck, that you don't suck, mission not accomplished.
Yeah, that second song did not work.
No. And what I love is the fact that she got a high rate because her producer was forced people to pay to listen to the song. And it's like, that's what you do. You know, you buy a song to listen.
Yeah, they forced them.
And they're like, oh no, but here's the thing. You're lucky you got any money for that. And then I say you're lucky that I forget that your mother paid several $1,000s to have the whole thing produced. Several $1,000s, which I'm sure was really hard to come by, not just lying around in the back of your fucking mammoth sofa. You know, it was just
Is that a joke about her being rich or her being fat?
Rich.
Oh, right.
Rebecca Black's not fat.
I know, but I don't know anything about it.
How old is Rebecca Black?
Old enough to be shot.
Look up how old she is.
Indeed!
We're basically trying to decide if we could talk about her looks, right?
That and anything else, because anything is...
I think isn't she like...
Hey, we should Google that stuff.
Google that shit.
Google
I know,
that
that was
shit.
swear in the house.
Google that.
I know.
The furthest I can get is big
Shit.
and bastard.
I know.
Incidentally, it's going to be very helpful for the show.
But, I mean, this is what kind of thing that I do worry about. The whole, pay several $1,000s, get our kid on, so it's going to be a sensation. No, it's not. You know what you're doing? You're doing X Factor, the home game.
You're basically creating bullies.
That's what it is.
Have you seen the new U generation?
Oh no, screw them. Screw them in the pie hole, and by pie hole, I mean a place that no one should ever go.
For those who may
Devon.
not, for those who may not
Devin's
see
not
it,
actually that bad. Devin's actually quite nice.
First game I came up with.
Has fudge and ice cream. It's quite good.
So it's milk.
And pasties, they've got pasties. And as I recall, there's a lovely little restaurant down there. And a cafe where, and hang on, Dan, you can stop me a second. Good.
Chef High Five!
What? There's a Why didn't you do that? There's a cafe in Devon where
Because I like my wrist intact.
where I originally wrote the.
My chest is bigger, so it's
I-
the pain.
I created an entire series of stories because of one cafe in Devon where there was a pretty waitress. That is how I started. Anyway, Dan, I'm very sorry. Please continue.
What is this fucking new generation thing?
It's basically, you know when you see people singing in the bedrooms on YouTube?
Yes.
They get taken to a room that they go, just relax, do your thing, we'll record it and we'll put it on YouTube. Once they finish singing, they'll be told to go over to the mirror, which is a two-way mirror. The wall then lifts and Simon Cowell walks through.
Isn't it meant to be? Isn't it meant to be also originally hosted by One Direction?
No, it was originally going to be, but they stopped.
Yes.
They decided not to. But literally, Simon Cowell walks out and goes, hello,
Gentlemen,
and welcome to the new generation.
gentlemen, Rebecca Black was born on June 21st, 1997.
But you're 96, which is a year younger than you.
Which makes it 15.
15.
I can't say a fucking word about it.
15 going
I
on
can't.
16.
I can.
So we have to wait a few more months before we can start criticising.
I can criticise it right now, but I'm going to wait until we can all join in the fun.
Here's, when you say join in on the fun.
I mean insulting her.
Oh. No, here's my thing about it.
That's a different kind of
I have
thinking.
nothing against Rebecca Black personally.
It's
Except the fact that
Friday.
you're a
Get them
believer.
down on Friday.
Just- But what I hate,
That song is
here's the thing.
very catchy.
For example, I've produced some god awful shit in my time. Alright?
There's SteveJones313.
Yes.
I was in that as a little girl.
No, you've worked.
When I was growing up as little Dorothy, I decided to help out in DC.
Anyway. You know, I had people tell me this is bad, and I went, I know it is, and I could only apologise for not doing a good enough job.
I told you retroactively.
Yeah. I accepted it and moved on. Put the show on hiatus for 2 years. Came back when I was, I thought, yeah, I'm more mature. I can do this. What happened to these people is people say, I'm sorry, but this stuff is shit, and they just hear, well, all these people say I'm good, and I've got millions of dollars, so yeah.
Justin Bieber came out and said that last week. Justin Bieber turned around and said to all the haters,
Yes.
good way to start something,
Yeah.
that are saying that like it's all on the down, things, end. There's no need to worry about me. I'll be here. You're just jealous because, and this is a quote, I'm just beginning.
Yeah.
I hope this is your soda kind of cancer.
Yeah.
And he then goes, and those that are comparing this to Lindsay Lohan,
Yes.
just look at my tax form from last year and look at hers. Implying because he's rich,
Yeah.
he won't have the same pratfalls that a teenage girl who was also rich had. Justin, the only difference between you and her is that she admits she's a coke whore.
Man, she admits she's a woman.
She admits she's airtight.
Ow.
And, the fact is, Justin, the fact that you deleted that just a moment later on and said, oh, well, I feel bad. Guess what? Damage done.
Yep.
You're a cunt. I could go back and edit that and delete that from the show. I still called you a cunt. The difference is, I will happily call you a cunt, and I will call you a cunt to your face for several reasons.
I do wish you'd come back here so I could not only correct the cockney that you pushed over and he told you to lose the bouncers, you fucking jumped up little shit.
Yeah.
And say, rather than go back to America, because the Americans don't want you. They want you less than we fucking do. Because here's the thing that a lot of people forget. You're Canadian.
Yeah.
You're fucking Canadian. I've been trying to sing the praises of Canada for years now. And then you come along.
Yeah, you kind of fucked that up.
I mean, for every Trish Stratus, there's a fucking Justin Bieber.
Yes. Precisely. I mean, ultimately,
I also have a particular reason for hating Justin Bieber. There was an interview he gave in a magazine.
Yep.
And he stated, I know we've seen this quote, but just in case anyone hasn't heard it, he said, "I really don't believe in abortion." He was then asked, "Well, what about in cases of rape?" And he said, and I quote, "Well, that's really sad and all, but I believe everything happens for a reason. Justin, rape isn't sad. Rape isn't just sad. Bambi dying was sad.
Bambi doesn't die.
Losing Bambi's mother, losing the favourite Lego piece, or losing the last jigsaw piece, that is sad. Dropping your ice cream cone, that is sad. But rape is not sad. Rape is one of the most evil, malicious things you could do to a human being, you sick, dumb bastard."
What he means to say is, Bieber, is
Die horribly.
no matter how much you and your believers will say that that quote is taken out of context, no matter how much you say that Justin Bieber's just hard done by, no matter how much you say that he is victimized by the press, here's some facts. In fact, I will do you 10 facts about Justin Bieber. Number 1, supported Sarah Palin.
Number 2.
Attacks people and then blames them for doing it.
Number 3.
Can't even be asked to do himself the courtesy of admitting that his tracks are auto-tuned, and then when he goes on stage, mimes, unlike a lot of huge fucking awesome stars who don't go out and fucking mime, and then bitches and moans when people accuse him of lip-syncing, even though we know he does, when he vomits on stage and the song is still going.
Number 4.
Tries to get into the face of a photographer. You don't apologise when you bump into him, and then when he turns around and gives you shit that you fucking deserve, you hide behind your bouncers whilst pretending you're actually going to go after the motherfucker.
You see him pop up? You see him? You see the video? He
Well,
pops up out of like nowhere. What'd you say?
What'd you say?
What the fuck are you talking about? I will fuck you fucking up, man. I will fuck you up. Hold me back. Hold me back. I will fuck you up. Hold me back. Fuck you. Hold on to me, damn it. Fuck you out. Fucking little cock.
Yeah.
Number 5.
You make more money. You make more money than probably most of your fans put together. Okay? There are millions of believers around the world. A lot of them impressionable kids.
Impressionable fucking kids? What do you mean a lot of them?
What?
Oh.
Because some of them are Rebecca Black, who are just evil.
To be fair, she's an impressionable kid as well.
The fact is, a lot of your fans, and you want to bitch about you had the worst birthday ever. How about this for a birthday? How about having all your friends telling you to your face that they are just too damn fucking busy to spend 5 minutes of their fucking time to even bother talking to you when you turn, when you turn 25? How about the fact that some people on their birthdays aren't in their homes with their families and loved ones? They're trying to fight some fucking hobo for the spot around the nice place where it isn't fucking snowing and trying not to die of cold. Or how about the people who are in fucking Africa dying of AIDS, for their birthday present is they don't get to die yet? You did not have the worst birthday ever. You had mild inconveniences. Guess what? You are so fucking rich. If you wanted to, you could get on the last minute flight to any fucking country in the fucking world, probably besides Cuba, fly over there and have an awesome fucking time, get back, and then you could go and say, well, I was having... In fact, let me tell you what I would do. If I had your money and it was my birthday, it would be, right, we're all going to go to a random place. We're all going to go to Newcastle. Woo-hoo! We go there, and every single one tells us, sorry, we can't let you in. I don't know, trainers.
Well, because I'm underage.
Yeah, right. Adam, can't let Adam in, he's not drinking. You know what I'm going to do? Right, guys, we're going to go back, grab your passports, let's take a trip to America.
He's underage here. How are we going to...
No, we don't have to drink. Let's just go to America and have a groovy time. We'll go to some steakhouses.
I can drink, right?
Steven,
yeah.
Do you know what I would do?
What?
If it were my birthday,
yeah,
I would personally pay for us three to find the people who did that to you on your 25th birthday.
Yeah.
We throw eggs at them. I'd pay for this to happen.
Or
I would pay.
Even better.
Yeah.
Hire a bouncy castle in a field.
Dan, Stephen,
Ultimate Bouncy Castle Wrestling!
Gentlemen, I've had an idea.
Dun, dun, dun.
I've had an idea.
Yes?
We buy a soft play area, take out everything other than the soft play, build a wrestling arena in it, and for that money, we could probably fly over some celebrity females that we happen to like and have them watch us wrestle or have them wrestle for us. We could afford this if we had his money.
Or just fly over, find where Justin Bieber is, and just go, hi.
Do you know what I would do with all that money?
Yeah.
I would give it to a rape charity. And I would educate people on the fact that rape doesn't happen for a reason. I hope you go to prison. I hope you get stuck with an eye called Big Al. And I hope Big Al is not out of the prison.
The problem is, because swearing is a tool which we use for emotive expression, and Adam is not allowed to swear in the studio. So, that's why it's getting to a bit up. But don't worry, we have a stretch manager here in Adam's anger translator, Luther.
Now then, okay, here we go. Your voice is
Hi.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bieber, I respectfully on this show would like to address an issue that I have with your person.
Motherfucker, you gonna done it now.
See, here's the thing. I've had a history of a lot of friends who are very close to me, and they've had problems in the past. And well, I have experience with people who know that rape isn't just sad.
My homies know what really happens with rape.
Now, here's the thing. When I say rape isn't sad, what I mean is it is possibly one of the most vicious, malicious, violent, evil, disregard for human life and sanctity that you can do to a single human being.
Rape is sad? Are you a fucking retard?
Now, it is my express hope that one day you learn this lesson for yourself, and that you can see that sometimes what we people above the rest of us see, the fact that the power and the wealth that you've attained, the fandom, the blind, oblivious fandom you've attained, has corrupted your very core and led you to being, what was Damien Sandow saying, an ignoramus of the masses.
I know a couple of guys who teach you that rape wasn't just sad, but is a reality. Motherfucker, you want to know something? You a dumbass. Like a really tiny dumbass, but you're still a dumbass. Fucking Canadian.
And also, I would like to, in the very hope that one day, maybe not even physically, but I hope that the many legions of people who hate you throw their voices up into the air like a proverbial spirit bomb, and it falls upon your house and all of your possessions which you built on the top of a cliff, you feckin' moron. And I hope you then burn in that house, high on the weed you are growing there. Oh, I'm sorry, cut for Bieber. That's another issue I have with you, you sick freak. You allow all of your fans to cut themselves in self-harm just for your own sake of smoking pot.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Sorry. I do not like you.
Motherfucker!
What I'd like to say to you is, well, it follows, what I would like to say calmly to you is,
Motherfucker!
You may have misunderstood the concept of humanity.
You're a dumbass who mistaken what happens to people.
And it is my sincere hope that you relearn your lessons and become a valid member of the human gene pool. That is, if you have genitals.
Either grow some or admit you ain't got none and just get over with it.
Best wishes, Adam.
Peace!
Now, the thing about another aspect I hate about it, Adam pointed out there, the cut for Bieber. Cut for Bieber. Bieber's response to this? Bieber's response to this? Precisely. Fuck all.
If any of our fans from Hashtag Shout find out that, say, Dan's decided to not read comics for a week.
Whoa, easy, big fella.
Dad, calm. Or that Stephen decided to do something like, decided he wasn't a duck anymore. Or that I
always did that.
Or that I decided I was never going to wear suits again. And you all started going, oh my god, cut for such and such. I would come round to your house and slap you. With a trout.
But if they were fans, then that means it would be a good way of getting us on there.
I would sign the trout before I slapped them.
No, but I mean, they may cut themselves just to see us.
Well, that's a retarded way of doing it. They can ask for my address.
Yeah.
I will pay for a taxi. I'll cook you fajitas.
How desperate are you for attention?
Yeah.
Well, enough that I do a show where I shout stuff on this show.
Go for that. It's really hard to brush your hair with your hand.
I want to know where you found that.
On the floor.
Okay.
Anywho.
Like I keep a tidy home.
Do you know who didn't do this stuff? B. Arthur.
Alright, Deadpool.
But, no, the fact is, right, he doesn't offer... I mean, if I found out that if somebody was saying to me, it's happened in the past, although in fairness, it was someone else trying to go out with us, they would say, oh, like, if you don't do this, I'll cut myself. You know what my response was? I sat down and went, why?
I'm going to take all of your sharp objects away from you.
You know, why? And she said, well, because... I'm like, well, I'm not gonna... In my response, it was, I'm not gonna go out with you just because you cut yourself. You cut yourself. You're a fucking moron. You know, don't hold back. It's just, you're a fucking moron. But how could you say such things? Because you're going to cut yourself for another human being. You are a fucking moron.
One moment.
That is pretty much the definition of moron. An idiot who does stupid things. You are a moron. So if you cut for Bieber, and the scary thing is, when I first saw this hashtag cut for Bieber bullshit, I thought it was going to be a lot of people, the whole tomato ketchup and all that. No, these sick motherfuckers are doing it.
Yeah, I know.
And only a small percentage of them are fucking, you know, I mean, there are a small percentage of the hashtags, a large percentage of the hashtags are people taking the piss, which they should. But a small percentage of the people who are actually posting it for genuine reasons aren't actually cutting themselves.
They're not genuine reasons!
Well, you know what I mean.
The kid has a joint.
No, I mean,
he hangs around with a black rapper. He then decides that he wants to drink the scissor, which is basically a flaming mole without the lighter.
A scissor?
Scissor is codeine cough medicine with lemonade.
It sounds like rapping scissor.
Here's the thing.
And they call it scissor.
MC scissor.
And all of a sudden these kids decide, oh, we're going to save Justin Bieber. Fuck him! I wish the guy had got his way. There was a guy in prison who organised this, that two people were going to capture Justin Bieber, kill him, and castrate him. Castration after killing him.
Here's my thing about Justin Bieber, right?
They were unfortunately caught. And they were going to use hedge clippers.
Dan, what did you do with it? Actually, no, I've got an idea.
But here's the thing. My big beef with Justin Bieber and all the jazz is the fact that ultimately, he doesn't give a fuck. You know what he is? He is the equivalent of the fucking Scientologists. Think about this, right? Think about it. Blind followers who will do absolutely anything, including the most retarded shit, and ultimately for no good reason.
I just had a thought.
Think about this way: the Roman Catholic Church at least has history on its side. To some small extent, at least their religion is old. Unlike Scientologists, which is as old as fucking Aaron Hubbard's memory.
He kind of just popped up one day and went, listen, we're religion. That's not how it works, mate.
You know, the fact is, people are... Sorry, what?
Oh, no, continue. I have a point.
But people are cutting themselves. This guy, and he doesn't care. You know what he cares about?
Money!
Turning up to his gigs, paying for his tickets, paying for his downloads, his albums.
Selena Gomez no longer sucking his cock.
Yeah, the fact is, every single...
His what now? I don't believe I know this phrase.
Dildo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the thing, right?
Strap on.
There's a phrase in the world of show business, which is all publicity is good publicity. He is the most immoral man I've ever known because he's taken that concept and just run with it too far. Incidentally, I have a quote for you from someone else. Going back to the point about rape. Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day. Do you know what his opinion on rape was?
No.
Dan, there's a word that I'm going to need you to say at the very end.
I didn't say the entire quote.
Yep.
Justin Bieber said, rape happens for a reason. Billy Joe Armstrong said, ladies, if someone touches you and you don't want to touch...
Never touch you.
want them to touch... No, I didn't say that. And you don't want them to. Feel free to punch them in the fucking face. Who's the arsehole now?
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Joe Armstrong and Green Day are wildly discredited for being
crap.
Actually, I don't mind Green Day.
I don't think they're crap, but a lot of people call them crap.
Yeah, there are a lot of the haters now.
Yeah, they have a lot of haters, but
because they became popular.
You sold out! You
mean hipsters?
Yeah, you mean sold out. You mean we started selling shit.
Although I can't say much about hipsters with my new haircut, my black rimmed glasses.
To be fair, you're doing it because it's your style, not because you want to do it for it was cool. Oh, you say, right? That's
the third is, I get away with everything because I was around before everything.
Pardon me?
I'm the only person on the show that
The funny
actually
is-
knows what happened at the Big Bang.
The funny thing is that pitch actually had more
I
than
was
just
too young to see that. But yeah, I
So
mean,
was that?
that burp had a better pitch than Justin Bieber's songs.
Baby,
He sounds.
baby.
I mean no disrespect, but he sounds like a special child in a nursery, right? Baby, 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 ooh, baby, ooh. You know, he just.
that sounds like my second ex.
Incidentally, Stephen, it's time for Thesaurus time with Adam.
Oh God.
This week, the word immoral.
Oh God.
Adjective. Definition would be evil and degenerate. Synonyms. X-rated. Abandoned. Bad. Corrupt. Debauched. Depraved. Dishonest. Dissipated. Dissolute. Fast. Graceless. Impure. Obscene. Of easy virtue. Pornographic. Profligate. Rakish. Rebotare.
Easy, big
Saturnalian, shameless, sinful, speedy, unchaste, unclean, unethical, unprincipled, unscrupulous, vicious, vile, villainous, wicked, wrong.
I thought he was going to go to the Vendetta speech. We now know who wrote it.
Moonlighting, apparently, double-crossing, extracurricular. What? I somewhat agree. Illicit, two-faced, two-timing. Abject, abominable, cheap, coarse, common, contemptible. What else do we have? Dishonourable, foul, grovelling, humble, ignoble, indelicate, loathsome, lowly, mean, menial, offensive, paltry, pitiful, plebeian, poor, scandalous, civil, shameless, shoddy, sleazy, sordid, sorry, squandered, trashy, ugly, unworthy, vile, worthless, wretched.
Didn't that describe your second ex as well?
Bent, caught, corrupt, crooked, coupled, deplorable, dirty, heavy, hung up, illegal, illegitimate, illicit, indictable, heavy.
In what?
Indictable, sorry. Iniquitous, nefarious. Oh, good lord, the page just jumped. You can't be doing that to me. Nefarious. Off base, out of line, peccant, racket, scandalous, senseless, shady, smoking gun, unlawful, unrighteous, vicious, villainous, vicious, villainous, wicked, wildcat, wrong, and dark, atrocious, damnable, hellish, horrible, infamous, infernal, sinister.
That's a bit racist, is it? Dark.
Gone to the dogs in the
I think
gutter.
it means in the absence of light.
Wanton. That's sadly not the
Wanting of
tasty.
light.
That is sadly not the Chinese tasty food.
That's a wonton.
And vitiated. And finally, flashiest, debased, and the last one, miscreant.
Sorry, no, you cannot say finally, name two, and then go for the last one, name one, and then go on to name another.
Correct. This is truly the last one on the page. Worsen. These are all words that could be used to describe Justin Bieber.
Well, pornographic.
I actually disagree with some of them.
Same here.
Some of them are not synonyms.
I don't know why fast was on there.
Old word. But anyway, other stuff. I mean, I like the fact that we're dedicating a lot of time to profile these people, but it's like
It's mainly because they profile it themselves.
he doesn't give a shit. But all the believers are like, "Oh no, he really cares." Really, stop spending money on him. See how much he cares about you then.
What Kevin Smith says. Kevin Smith says it was Kim Kardashian. I know, who gives a fuck, right? But Kim Kardashian
Seats, I suppose.
who's recently going out with Kanye West, and is pregnant by Kanye,
Right.
said that in an interview recently that she compares meditating to her. Meditating is be the equivalent of when she gets her nails done. It's a nice peaceful time and to relax. So it's the same, she clears herself and she thinks about stuff and then asks for the French tips. Whereas most people get a sense of spirit out of meditating.
Yeah.
The
sense of connection.
what she said was that her boyfriend, Kanye West,
Yes.
taught her about privacy, so that she refuses to sign autographs now for fans, unless it's an official signing.
She has fans.
Yeah,
What did she do?
She sucked cock.
very well.
Well, yeah.
But
she did.
anyone can do that.
I can't.
Knock yourself out, dude. But I ain't doing it.
I imagine I would if I tried, but
But
pressure on the head.
and she said that she now refuses because it's like a privacy thing. Kevin Smith turns around and goes, "So wait a minute, It's like, oh, stay out my business. I'm busy. Don't come with me. Yeah, let's see how much you are when you're asking for them to buy your perfume, your jeans, your CDs. If you really loved your fans, like Kevin Smith does all the time, he goes, give them something for free. Kevin Smith gives at least 7 podcasts a week on his Smodcast network for free. Red State, he bypassed spending a load of money on publishing by just going out there and doing it himself and releasing it straight on video on demand. And then on top of that, he's giving fans a TV show now. He's trying to make it so that he can sit there and go, you've supported me for these 20 years, here's what I can give you back now.
Yeah. I guess my problem is another thing. Celebrity perfumes. I do not want to smell like Kim Kardashian. I imagine she smells like shame and penises. So...
No. She smells like an NBA locker room.
Yes. Or shame and
Well,
penises.
she could smell of sex, and sex does have a particular smell.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I can't get my room clean.
Yeah, I'm a massive perv that notices these things. Oh, I'm
the only one in this room that doesn't know this stuff.
Trust me, you walk out the room, and you walk back in, and you suddenly go...
Put this way, if you know it well enough, you can tell when people have had it.
Mm-hmm.
I will point out that I am the perfect combination of gentleman and perv.
You're like the Sherlock Holmes of sex.
I like that.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
And that makes you want
If you go down on someone, you can say food for thought. Yes!
I'm going to clean up the coke.
So is Kim Kardashian.
No, Kim Kardashian spits more than swallows.
Dad, will you join me in a Daniel Bryan chant? Or at least the gesture.
I don't gesture.
Oh, God. Oh.
Are you okay, Steve?
Does that make me Watson?
Yeah.
God, better.
Are you okay, Stephen?
Terrible waste of perfectly.
I think I might have accidentally killed
Well, you've had your practice with dogs. Sherlock was always practicing on Watson's dog.
No, Dad, they were bitches. I'm a leon, I made a funny joke on this week's show. I'm a leon.
Anyway, let's move away from Justin Bieber because, quite frankly,
I happen to know Gary will be watching this show this week because he wants to be on the tweets of the week.
Haha! You went on tweets of the week.
Sorry, Gary, I didn't know it was Aaron made you my tweet of the week. I don't follow you, but I don't really care.
Although he did write the theme for #TheLonewalker, so we'll probably say something nice about him tomorrow.
Well, he does have gossamer hair, I suppose.
I'm not even sure what that means.
He has an Ewok for a girlfriend.
No, she's a penguin.
No, she's an Ewok.
We just suffered when she came around this house like she's a penguin Ewok.
Ow, the big toe just cracked.
But yes, getting away from Justin Bieber, there is something I would like to talk about this week.
I thought that's what you did want to talk about this week.
I have another thing I would like to talk about.
Okay.
I thought it was your show this week.
It is. Mine's more of a chaos kind of thing. Mine's more like...
I have 2 things I would like to talk about. One...
Well, you can say one thing, and then I'll do some weird news, and then you can do the other thing.
I want to talk about something.
Now,
yeah, you can do that.
One thing I noticed this week, it's... in my philosophy and ethics class.
Oh, God.
We got talking about situational ethics. Now, Stephen, you are a big believer, and
I follow situationalism.
Now, situational ethics, I'll basically know something up for you. For people listening, and Dan, situational ethics believes
You keep
that...
calling me that name. I don't think you understand.
Sorry, Geek King. Situational ethics believes that you should always do the most loving thing.
And by the way, Geek King is his casual name. To do his formal name is pretty... you have to get it right. His formal name is... My niece, Geek King!
Arise.
Now,
yeah. Now, normally I don't have to do that, but when I'm in the geek realm, it's like either that or you have to trade in like your next comic to him. Like so, when you buy a comic, you'll forget you owe it. You'll buy a comic, and then he'll just come in and that's mine.
But yeah, the thing is, there are 6 prepositions in all this, but what we got talked about, and if you'll excuse me, I think I might be about to burp. Let me just check.
Well, just in case I was told over the top of him. Basically, situational ethics. When you have to decide what's right and wrong, you base it on what the most loving act would be, dependent on the situation.
My body agreed. We were about to birth. Now.
So, basically every situation you judge on its own.
In a situation where I should just pick a magazine up.
As long as it's not Hustler, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. What we got asked, or the class was, how do we know what love is? Now, instantly in my head, I want to know what love is. But
what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Anywho, now, Miss said, and I quote, stand up if you believe in love. So, of course, the entire room...
I'm standing up foggy.
Is that, hang on, if we're standing up for deep, one of us has to get tall. I believe in love.
No.
Now,
I don't know.
here's what happened.
It's the too much on the face. I bet without the makeup she'd look awesome.
She does actually.
Now, what was it is?
Crimson's saying that.
We're doing the segment standing up. Now,
Yes.
Do I?
no.
No, you sit down and read comics.
You're the
And
king.
magazines.
You have to sit down, man. It's your throne. Now, what we got asked was this. In what context do we believe that love exists? And you'll notice I'm about to start walking around the room so the voice will pan. Now, I agree with love in such a context that I believe love is something we can measure. It is something that is felt in our hearts, but I believe it's something we can measure. Because love is born out of a chemical reaction within the brain, therefore we can know when love is happening. Now, yes...
Oh, Don Juan.
Will you shut up and let me explain? Stop being cynical like all those gits. I told them off for it as well. Now...
I just like to point out the irony of calling me cynical when you've just explained that love is chemical reactions within the brain.
Well, you shut up. What I was trying to say is this.
Yeah.
I feel sad now.
In a poetic and romantic and emotional sense, I believe that
Why
love...
is he taking his top off?
It's because I just
Is
feel
it
too
because
sexy for the show.
Is it because yesterday you said there would be no nudity on SteveJones313?
This
Yes.
is why! No, it's because I'm too hot in the shirt. Now, and I mean that in a temperature context. The amount of clothing I have has no general effect on...
Just get on with it!
You're not right, said Fred.
Yes. Now, I'm wrong, said Mike. Now,
Oh, my phone.
it was explained that I was quite obviously a heathen and wrong and evil and Machiavelli because I explained that love can be equated to a chemical reaction in the brain, which it can be. It's the release of serotonin and dopamine and such. It is all wonderfully fascinating and sciencey, and I love it to bits because it's all cool and nonsense. It sparked many poems from me about how love is neutral and cannot be
I
pure.
like your story about the hill.
Thank you. It cannot be neutrally. I'll link it on top of it. It can't be neutrally pure. It can't be purely good or purely evil. Love is neutral because it's chemicals. Now they turned to me and said, "Well, you're obviously wrong. It's not chemicals. It's a feeling." To which my response was, "How do you think feelings happen? It's not pixies. Chemicals happen.
Could be pixies.
Chemicals happen. You react. Anger is pretty much testosterone. Jealousy is such a similar effect, so is happiness and sadness and all this nonsense. Now, I do not for 1 minute state that love is cynical and cold and sciencey, and it can only happen when there is the right balance of chemicals and blah. I just say that
Bleh.
love is born of a stimulus which makes the chemicals react. Yes, the person you're in love with is the catalyst. They are the people that made this reaction happen. They are hugely important because you love them. They are the reason you have this chemical. They are the people that went, "Hey, your brain, guess what? What? Kaboom! You're happy now." It's wonderful. It is the perfect mix of romance and science. They had a love child, and funnily enough, it was love.
I
Love.
thought it was Neil deGrasse.
No. Neil deGrasse Tyson, though, he is the Mac Daddy of science, which is science and romance come together. Or Roman science, I suppose.
You say he's a chemical pimp.
Yes.
He is.
Now, again, I do like San Diego talking. It's quite fun. Now, I support this because it's lovely. It takes my two favourite things, romance and science, and goes, wait a minute, this works! And it does. They hug, they embrace, they dance passionately, and they dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, and then they sleep together. It is a wonderful concept. Now,
Yes!
thank you, Dan. Your support is glorious. But the problem with it was, I am the only guy in that class. So,
I'll explain once he's finished talking about.
I-
I'll explain once he's stopped being cynical about love and shit.
Shut up. I am the only boy in the class. There are 16 of us. I am the one boy. The rest are female. Yes, the rest are female. There's one I'm a bit iffy on. Now, they, of course, stood up and stared at me, as Stephen is now, in a sense of, what are you on about, you crazy homeless man in
I'm
the
so
future?
happy.
1 second, right?
No.
You crazy homeless man of the future. Now,
If that's Terrence naked, you're in trouble.
Hmm?
If that's Terrence does it naked, you're in trouble.
see, chemical reactions.
Better.
But,
Is it a woman?
Mm.
Oh,
anywho,
It's a dude.
tell you what, Geek, you show him, I'll talk to
No!
people at
Don't
home.
show me! Don't show me! Don't show me the dude! I'd rather listen to Cynical Love.
Now,
That sounds like a band.
now, they all
Cynical Love!
they all looked at me with the sense of, you're crazy, you're evil, you're mean, throw cooties at you or whatever. And my response is, I'm not being mean about it. I'm not devaluing it. If anything, I'm giving it more credence. I'm giving
Yeah,
it...
you're really making a showcase of romance. I once thought that love was the artwork of Cupid. Adam Caulfield looked at me and said, fuck me, you're stupid.
Again, I don't see why it has to be bad. I don't see why...
Fuck me, you're stupid.
I don't see why... I never understand. See, I'm passionate about the real world. I don't like people living in this vague world where everything is perfect about every little thing and everything cannot be explained because
Well, basically, you hate living in a world where religion is seen as having equal weight to science.
everything... People,
As an example.
people are scared of the real world. They don't need to be. Love does not need to be kept in the world of Cupid and arrows and bows. Romance is wonderful, but romance is born of reality.
You know, here's my problem with what you've said. Yeah. I accept it is chemicals, but the way you put it is as if to say, basically what you're doing is you're taking the nature of love outside of it. You ever explain the scientific aspects of it? But here's the thing, when you break someone's heart, right, it's chemicals involved. You can die of a broken heart,
Yes.
right? It's all chemicals, it's all physics. But when you say it as such,
Yes.
you might as well be saying it's just physics, it's just biology, it's just chemistry. That's how it comes across.
The thing is, though,
I'm a man of science myself.
Yeah.
I believe in science, but I also believe in humanity, and I also believe that humanity has
You believe in a thing called love?
yes, I do believe. Do you know why? I can observe it and test it.
No, but my point
In this argument,
Put it
That's
this
so
way.
cynical.
Okay, let's
I
imagine.
find the beauty in it.
Let's imagine that Geek has, unfortunately broken up with Trish Stratus, right? And he's
No, dude. Imagine he's happy. Just imagine I've broken up with someone.
It's not hard to imagine that, dude. You're always unhappy.
Well, no, because if I said something like you said,
If you weren't bigger than me, you'd be receiving a particular finger in your general direction.
that one,
But you are bigger than me, so I have to put up with it.
just because it's not that, because then it's scary. All that. But
Please, I'm not just on Bieber.
And my thing
if I said that person, I could say that person, look, at the end of the day, look, these kinds of things happen, but you have the power to move on. You have the power to move on, and the will, the drive, and all that comes from the same place that love does. Yeah, same place as heartbreak.
Yes, of course.
The thing is, when you say it's chemicals, that doesn't help anyone. When you've had breakups in the past, right, or you've been bitterly disappointed by a loss, if someone came up to you and said, at the end of the day, though, mate, it's all chemicals, isn't it? I mean, broken hearts, love, and all that jazz, it's chemicals. I mean, obviously, there's an importance, but it's all, injection here and bush, you're fine. I bet you would probably either go, one, not helping, or two, bush! Oh, sorry about the pain, it's all chemicals. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. When you say it as such,
I like that talk.
yeah. When you say it as such, as in, well, it is counter. Yes, you can measure to a certain extent, but love in itself does kind of transcend science in my frame. For example, somebody could say to me, oh, well, we can measure your brainwave activities and we can measure your endorphin levels or whatever to determine how much of a reaction there is when you see your fiance.
Yeah.
Maybe, but can you measure the limits I'm willing to go to for the sake of my friends? Can you measure the devastation I have when I just dream about the idea of her not being with me? It's like last night I had a dream when she left me.
Yeah.
Right? And it devastated me. I woke up this morning and I could almost cry. It's a dream.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Love affects you to that such an extent that, when you say it's chemicals, I know it's chemical. There's chemicals involved in it, but there is a certain transcendence of that. It's just like we are not just bones, muscles, and all that. We are far more than the sum of our parts. So that's why when people say it's chemicals, I take issue, because I'm not denying you've got the mechanics right, but you're missing the bigger picture. That's what it sounds like.
Well, is it, right?
It's the unaccountability of the human spirit.
Boom. Geek just did a smarty. Geek just did a smarty.
Or a skittle, I suppose, if you've got... It's easy to get things stuff.
Do not bring skittles into this!
Testosterone.
Down, brothers, down.
Here's the thing.
Brothers of the long sword.
At no point in this, at no point when Steve was speaking, did I disagree. I completely agree. I would not.
Well, who doesn't?
Michael
Nazis.
Jackson.
Al-Qaeda. That's who disagrees with me.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson fans, Justin Bieber fans, the job centre, the people that call you,
And
people that
fans.
You had to bring up the fan bases.
yes, people who said,
I make one notification about Michael Jackson.
No.
And
One third of hashtag total markout.
yeah.
now here's the thing. I completely agree. I would not go up just like a girl and go, "Hey baby, you got my chemicals for me." That would just be stupid.
That might actually work for you.
Do it like they do on the
Discovery
Discovery
Channel.
Channel. Do it again now.
I would also not go. I have a friend.
Mammals, so let's do it like they do on the
Over.
Discovery Channel.
Love, the kind you clean up with the mop and bucket like the lost catacombs of Egypt. Only God knows where we stuck in hieroglyphics. And even if something want to get down in your senses, but I got this notion of the motion of the ocean.
This is why we don't.
Holy shit!
This is why
It
we
was the
don't.
first song I ever listened to when I went to a friend's house.
This is why we don't let Stephen out of his.
Don't let me out of my 18th century box.
Yes. Now.
I found culture. I found this thing called.
You go back to your vaudeville.
I found culture. I found this thing.
Neil Gaiman's returning to Marvel!
Yes! Is that what you've been
Now.
waiting to say for ages?
Yes!
Now. One second. I promise we'll get to Marvel. I promise. I'm almost finished with the brand. I promise. Then you'll talk about Marvel. Steve will do the news. I'll do a new topic. Then you can smack me with the sword and we'll all get food or whatever.
Every year.
I have enough time to decide to not go to people who are like newly in love or that are meant to be with, or friends who've just broken up and say it's all chemicals. Because I agree, love has a way of transcending it. What I'm talking about is a more broad sense that was brought to me today when I started talking about the love. It's the fact that I've noticed that I have a love for science in such a respect that there is a certain beauty to me in the fact that we can explain things that we never thought could be explained, like love, like why certain people hate certain classes of people, why certain countries can grow stuff and others can't, why, like, what is in space, what is in the sea, what exactly is the purpose of the little plastic things on shoelaces. There is a beauty.
It's to stop the laces from frailing.
I know! Science told me!
But their true purpose is sinister.
Yes. There is a beauty in the fact that we can... There is a
Quote the question, Livermore.
There is a beauty in the fact that we can take all of these things and look at them and go, you know what, we can explain that. It's a certain humour endeavour approach to it that I just happen to fall in love with. I don't believe that we need, like, to transcend anything or have a god figure or a religion or anything like that to make the universe more beautiful, because it's already beautiful. It's there. It's made for us by thousands upon thousands of years of things crashing into each other and reacting, and it's wonderful.
So what you're basically saying is, reality in many ways is more beautiful than art.
Yes.
Before Geek jumps onto his news, just as a nice break between his rant and what would be your glorious news, 2 bits of news from around the world. I'm not going to plague us with too many, even though it's my episode. The first one is a hotel to be made from cake to open doors.
Ooh, hello.
The world's first hotel made entirely from cake is to welcome guests for one night only with room service in the form of vanilla sponge cushions and hand-stitched meringue rugs. The hotel within a hotel in Soho, central London, is a creation of more than 14 artists who spent 2,000 hours baking and 900 hours decorated with more than 600 kilos of sugar. Guests will be encouraged to eat their way through windows and walls clad with 2,000 macaroons, a rug made from 1,081 meringues, hand-stitched together, 20 kilos of marshmallow garlands, windowsills built entirely from fudge, and a bath filled with caramel-coated popcorn.
Can you imagine if you forgot you went to bed, you woke up the next morning melted into a Bakewell tart?
I've been to bed with a couple of Bakewell tarts in my past.
Dan, I want a strawberry tart and then a cake.
What about pie?
A little bit of pie.
The bedside table even features edible books. Built to promote a new range of Tate & Lyle sugars, the hotel includes edible art across 3 floors and 8 rooms.
Here's the thing about art, though. See, I promise.
Tate & Lyle sugar spokesman James Wheatley said, "We think the cake."
He makes it's just weird.
We think the Cake Hotel perfectly captures the excitement, inspiration, and expertise behind the creation of our new range of golden and brown cane sugars.
Do you know what it's going to capture? Flies.
We hope that through the Cake Hotel we could showcase the versatility of golden and brown cane sugars, inspire people to get creative in the kitchen. 8 tasting rooms include a Mediterranean-inspired bedroom with 10 metres of edible bunting, a Pirates of the Caribbean room with a treasure chest full of edible pearls, ginger spice doubloons, and cutlasses. A British-inspired golden syrup sugar room and a South Pacific room with 2-metre-high Easter Island statue made entirely from chocolate mud cake.
You do know how you make some pearls, don't you?
And a bit of weird news, a council that banned apostrophes from names of new streets so as not to baffle residents with punctuation, or that perished the thought, is to reverse the veto. The leader of Mid-Devon Council said he would be recommending the ruling to the Cabinet that the policy was changed so that apostrophes would again be used. Basically, apparently people in Mid-Devon are so stupid that using an apostrophe just confuses the fuck out of them.
Devon, I have been trying my very best to defend you, what with my regaling of how I came up with stories, but no, you have to go and be inbred retards.
Yeah.
You had one job, Devon, one job. Yeah. Make me fudge ice cream and help me.
The proposed naming and numbering policy document states streets should not be given names that may be considered or construed as obscene or racist, while those that may be open to reinterpretation by graffiti or shortening of the name shall be avoided.
I'm sorry, apostrophes are racist?
Yeah, because apparently when you have a name, say they've got like Blooms, and it's like the name belonging to Blooms, they might write Blooms cock or something like that. You know what I mean? Or
like
some shit.
You could turn cake baby into cock baby.
Yeah.
Silly apostrophes coming over here, taking our letters.
I thought you were going to hear apostrophes come over here, take our cocks. No one's taking my cock.
I don't know.
So anyway,
Why
just
is an apostrophe take my penis?
Because Neil Gaiman
because it wants to make a point.
Dan, I believe you have some news for us from the world of comics.
Neil Gaiman's back at Marvel. Breaking news.
Sandman!
Writer Neil Gaiman has made his return to Marvel Comics, according to the New York Times. The Sandman and Eternals writer will re-enter the Marvel Universe with a collaboration on the final issue of Age of Ultron with writer Brian Michael Bendis before co-writing Guardians of the Galaxy issue 5. Perhaps more intriguing is that is the announcement Gaiman plans to introduce Angela to the Marvel U. A character that the writer originally created as part of Todd McFarlane's Spawn mythology. Gaiman won a long-running legal battle in 2012, awarding the co-creator 50% ownership of the character with McFarlane, while a crossover between two publishers is hardly unprecedented. This is the first time a character from another publisher has been introduced with the intent of being a larger part of the other's universe. On top of this, Gaiman has already slated his comeback this fall with Vertigo's Sandman prequel illustrated by artist J.H. Williams III. But his return to Marvel opens up a number of other possibilities, including writing for Marvel Man / Miracle Man, which he's always said he wanted to do.
Impressive.
In other words, this is awesome!
I believe you had something else you wanted to briefly talk about?
That wasn't what I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Let Dan finish.
No, mine's more of an interactive thing, but...
I have an interactive thing in a second, yeah.
Okay, well, Dan, you go first then.
Well, I was talking to our lass yesterday
Okay.
about like how certain songs remind you of like certain things.
Yes.
Yeah.
But mine were like really fucking stupid ones. It was like, a song reminds me of being with my mates playing a game.
Alright.
I have those, man.
I was like Duality
Oh, God.
By Slipknot.
by Slipknot reminds me of sitting at his house playing Time Splitters 2 and just playing it for hours while like the entire Subliminal Versus Volume 3 was on.
Time Splitters 2.
And how Square Dance off the Eminem show reminds me of playing Vice City.
Yeah.
But like then it's like Summertime instantly reminds me. It instantly makes me feel so it's as if it's the summer.
Yeah.
It could be December 25th, but if I hear Summertime on the radio by Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and DJ Jazzy Jeff, it is fucking summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understandable. Yeah.
So yourselves, anything that comes to mind when like stuff like that? Nothing too personal.
I have a fair few. There was. Do you want to just take the turns?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some happy ones.
There was a lass who wanted to go to prom with me but can't because she's a year younger. So I said we'd do something else, and backstage of the show on my iPod I played Elf and how was I think it was either Burn It Love or Love Me Tender one, and we just had a mini prom there.
Love me tender.
Yeah, that was it.
Love me true.
Summer of '69 reminds me of a party I went to at.
Got my birds real 6 string.
Born it up to 5 and 9. Played it till my fingers bled. We're gonna get sued from this line.
So yeah, that it was fantastic because that night ended with me getting a massage from all the lasses in the house. Because basically, the lass who ran the party, I won't say the name for the sake of privacy, but one of her dogs ran out, and I went to go find the dog, and I had like my back was really fucked at the time as I was walking with a cane because it was like the snow coming out. I slipped on the ice, and the cane was kind of escaping me, so I was just sitting by the fence going, "Well, this is a fuck," and I was just sitting there waiting. Kind of like, yeah, because my phone was gone. I was like, okay. So I'm just sitting here, freezing my ass off, literally, with a cane that I can't reach. Eventually, I was found by the person who was running the host party. They brought me in. I was like, I'm fine. Don't fucking worry about it. And, because I'd be back with a fucking agony. But you're at a party. I've been drinking. I wasn't going to admit that shit. So I started being fed shots of vodka. And I told the last to start massaging us. As I'm sitting in this chair, I was like, damn, Stephen.
Jeff, fall more.
I can't remember the name of the band. I can't even remember the name of the song.
But I remember it was awesome and they were great.
I remember what it vaguely sounded like. Kind of.
It kind of like misses the whole point of this bit.
I also saw the song Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. Actually, when I went over to my old friend's house, AJ, whose name I will mention because he interrupted the show either last week or the week before.
You shut down.
And they were surprised when I was able to sing it because I'm not the kind of guy you'd expect to be able to sing.
Disturbed.
Yeah. So other good songs. Yeah, I mean there's some songs.
Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses takes me
Yeah.
straight to the Queen's Head in Manchester.
Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. Takes me back to the rehearsal we had. The first gig I played with the school band was at Sage Gateshead for 2,000 people.
You know what that takes me back to?
What?
Battlefield.
Yeah, Duck Walker.
Yeah, but what happened was we were in this room, right?
Playing a
Big
guitar
ass
that
room,
hadn't been invented yet.
big ass room in the Sage, and you had all these different schools. The
Yeah.
gigs from Durham and such, and they're all playing their fence instruments. Well, my mate Thomas just picks up his guitar and this mini amp he has. He just starts shredding on him good, and he goes, "And do you know the words?" Yeah. So me and him started singing it. The drummer guy just started hitting the chairs. So we did like this band ensemble of Johnny Be Good, and we just killed it. And everyone's kind of like going, all of the Ponzi gits from St. Leonard's, Beckers, all of the Ponzi gits from there decided that they were going to listen to us now. So we held them there.
Jolly girls.
Incidentally, I hate St. Leonard's. They're all
on the same line of Sweet Child of Mine, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh god!
Everyone had the Bohemian Rhapsody moment.
When me and Crackett used to meet up to like play wrestling and all the jazz, and we do, I think, and we'd always have parts where we sing those songs, and we always did that. It was one of the few songs that we could actually sing together because obviously we sing two different styles.
Yeah.
You know, I sing like theatre opera jazz, he sings like rock and all the jazz. So it was one of the songs we kind of collaborate on.
The viewers have heard me on here. I don't sing.
Yeah.
I mumble, I grumble, and I make my words sound horrible.
Bohemian Rhapsody for me is Driving with Dad, because it was one of the Queen. I've said this on Twitter. One of the few things that connects me and Dad on a level that cannot be explained other than the fact that father son is when driving. I'm a big fan of Queen, and so is he, but I didn't know. And Bohemian Rhapsody came on, and I started singing, and I got to a point where I forgot the words. So he picked them up. He had me and Dad sitting next to each other in the car singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Pretty much Wayne's Worlding it.
Wayne's World!
He's a 50-year-old man. That guy can headbang a save his life. He's brilliant.
And also, Moonlit Sonata is a big one for me.
Oh, you are going to love a bit I wrote in the new story to do with Moonlit Sonata.
Oh, yeah, that might be a bit weird for me to read then. For me, Moonlit Sonata, it was when I was with my second ex.
It's. I imagine it's thoroughly more romantic than your moment will probably be.
Yeah, mine wasn't so much romantic as it was fun.
I was about to say, it wasn't so much romantic more than it was frantic.
No. It wasn't frantic. That suggests an element of uncertainty and panic. No, I know what I was doing.
Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen is the first thing every time I ever sang properly solo at my school. It's also the first time I made an entire choir of girls cry because I'm so freaking awesome. And it's also the only time it's the first time I got complete fame around my school. I used to have people following me around singing Hallelujah. Yes, Dan, what have you noticed about my album?
No, I'm just looking at the inside says.
DFTVA, don't forget to be awesome.
Wherever you will go by the calling. It was the first time I sang in front of friends at college, and they said you're like, oh yeah, that's you can sing. I'm like, yeah. It was the first time I ever heard you should go on. I think at the time it was Pop Out or something. So oh, you should go on the show. Is that?
I remember what it was. Stephen, you know the proper name of it from Phantom of the Opera. The song about the letter with Raoul and them.
Notes.
Yeah. That song is the first song Stephen ever tried to teach me to sing.
Yeah.
Yes, and he told me off because I was trying to sing lying down.
I have one from school. It was a Destiny's Child. I think it was called Soldier or something stupid. And it instantly takes me to sitting around a table like the lads and that, and like the chicks that were there, and me and like my mate Flinny we're always getting the piss taken out because we both like rap and we used to rap. And, you know, all you a bunch of wiggers, but so that I was like, no, this is just how I am, as you can tell. All that said, I have black man features, but I'm a white person. Black nose, black voice, black attitude.
Basically, you're black, but with white skin.
Yeah.
You're like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Just he was never black.
Yeah. You're not crazy.
And then, so, like, you always talk with me about that because we would sit there and rap. Same with Drop It Like It's Hot.
Well, again, they don't necessarily remind me of places, but I have a phone with personalised ringtones for everyone I know because each song reminds you of them. Like, Dan, yours is We're Coming Down, the Dudley Boys theme. Stephen's is the Shattered Glass, Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme because Steve. My friend Gary...
Well, we both are called Steve, so...
My friend Gary has Alter Bridge Metalingus.
I had to explain to Alas what Metalingus was.
It wasn't Alas, it was Aussie Viper.
Right.
The reasoning being is because Gary's favourite band is Alter Bridge and his favourite song by them is Metalingus. Who else do I have on my phone? Yes, Beth is Maria's Like That.
What?
Beth is Maria Legs Like That. Over her head, which still amuses her and me. Who else do I have?
If she comes again like good medicine. My ex used to be Dance Dance.
I do like that song. As we live in the Princess Peaches is Trish Stratus's theme. Who else is on that one?
Time to Rock and Roll by Lil Kim, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My friend Johnny had
Time to rock and roll. This time I made control.
Is it with the giggle?
Yeah.
I love that giggle.
That's why.
I don't care what
He has got that giggle nailed perfectly.
I love that fucking giggle. I have one for Actually Used To.
Mm-hmm.
A song that automatically reminds me of Used To.
Hang on.
White and Nerdy by Reed Diane?
No.
4 chords, Axis of Awesome.
Yeah. As soon as I was playing that for our last year of it day, and as soon as I heard it, I'm going, this is Boss. And that's funk.
We were singing it yesterday.
I was literally sitting there going, that's Boss.
Yeah.
And that's where funk comes in.
I have. There's another few things. Like I remember, like the phrase "How to Save a Life" always reminds me of counselling in Cam's place.
Reminds me a little late.
Lovely institute.
One that reminds me of a good friend of mine, James, who played the King of Rockania in TheLonewalker1 Blue Oyster Cult. Don't Feel the Reaper.
Yeah.
We'd sing it on his SingStar Kai's house. I think it's actually online.
Yeah.
It might be on YouTube. I don't know. It's How to Save a Life is on YouTube, as is my wonderful rendition of Hallelujah.
Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Hard Rock Hallelujah by Lordy.
Gary,
Phenomenal.
Gary,
Never done better.
Gary, the guy who made the music for the show again, another song like him was
For TheLonewalker.
Yeah, for TheLonewalker was a System of a Down BYOB. And I remember this vividly because on the bus home, I had a really bad day. Once you were on the bus, and he had his headphone, you had a spare one. Do you want to use this? I was like, yeah. So we sat on the bus singing BYOB, and the bus driver just kind of got a bit confused, bless him.
A similar tone, Chop Suey, because I was the only person in my class who knew what the words were.
I don't know the fucking words at the beginning of.
Wake up, ground push and put a little makeup, has got faded with a shaker. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to. Ground push and put a little
I heard
makeup.
Fable, Table, Wake Up.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up, ground push and put on a little makeup.
Alright.
Had the scars to fade away the shake-up. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. Rinse, repeat.
Song that always reminds me of
Here, teaching you all about a culture that I should have no business knowing.
Fucking two rights.
a song that reminds me of a party that I went to. For love, like me, I can't remember which one. But I do know. There's a party in which we all kind of sat around and people asked me what kind of music I liked. And I was explaining that for all I am me, I have quite a like for Irish punk rock apparently. Like Drop Verse and such. It's a fun story about those two, and I'll let you tell that later.
You did?
On the show.
You did on the show, didn't you?
No, he told us before the show.
I thought you said on the show.
No. But and I started singing some lyrics from like Fog and Molly and Dropkick Murphys and such, and there's me sitting there in like a waistcoat and a fat cap. And there was a moment where I kind of forgot I was in England, and I was like, "Good Lord!" It's kind of when I exclaimed "Good Lord" that I remembered I was English. I don't have Irish heritage, but I remember that I'm English.
I have Dirty Little Secret. Reminds me of my ex and that entire relationship. For pretty obvious reasons.
I'm actually, I'm just about finished writing up.
I did Unfaithful.
I'm just about finished finishing a 30-day music challenge, which I'm going to be posting on my own Tumblr starting from April 1st. So obviously hadn't delayed as I post out April. But I've always done them all, so I'll link you up to them and you can post them yourselves. But you've seen a preview of it. Give my most hated song.
Yeah.
You've seen my rant.
There is a certain gentleman who always reminds me of the song "Enemy" by Fozzy. That pretty much described. Playing the Saint by Digital Summer.
Funny enough, the song "Enemy" by Fozzy, which is written and performed by Chris Jericho, is actually used as a theme song for a TNA pay-per-view, which starred Chris Jericho in the video.
Yes.
There's a band said "fuck all."
I would, and I have actually one for Jeff. Jeff Eddie John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, especially with long intros.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference whether it was Shot to the Heart.
Yeah. You're too late, down, you did a bad night.
Whether you hear that or you hear, down, just a small one, darling used to work in the dark.
You've been on strike, he's down on his luck, he's tough. Ooh, it's tough.
Or riding on a steel horse.
I don't know that one.
I
I know
said
Wanted
wanted dead or alive.
I'm wanted, dead or alive.
It's
I'm a
my
cowboy.
life.
It's
now
now
or
or
never.
never. 'Cause I ain't gonna live
You know what my
forever.
favorite Bon Jovi song is? Hey man, I'm alive. I don't take it each day and night at a time. Yeah, I'm down. I know I'll get by.
Hey, 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 man.
Love.
But I have that also. Well, that's this with Jeff.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear Bon Jovi, I think of Jeff because he was Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
He was old as fuck, but
Yeah.
he never looked it.
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon reminds me of my mother. It was
Used
the
to sing when.
first song on my show, she sang.
All right, and then yeah, there was what was it? See, for Jesby, it's Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing you can say.
Yeah, Better My Life by
Yeah.
Missy Drive. Good. It's a cool song. Well,
But yes,
I'll send you all the list for the 30-day music meme. I don't know what meme I'll be doing afterwards. I'm going to be stockpiling a load of them, so I'll always have content for me.
another little bit for us that I would like to discuss is
Ow.
I've noticed
Ow.
that I have now created filters in my brain. Dan, I've explained this to you.
Yes, you have.
I've created filters in my brain for phrases. For example, it is my opinion is one that my brain just goes, stop, think, do we really want to say this? Another one is something along the lines of, I don't mean to interrupt,
I'll just check.
but, and that's another one. The one that is most prominent for me, as me and Dan were talking about, is, she's kind of cute. At that point, my brain just goes, no, stop, that is never a good sentence for us.
Why?
Mainly because usually the cute girls who I happen to like end up liking my best friends.
No.
And also
No.
because
That's not the reason.
and also because I have no luck with women at all.
That's not the reason either.
And because I suck with them.
No. What did you tell me yesterday was the reason?
I cannot remember.
You told me yesterday the reason is the moment you say, oh, she's cute.
Oh yeah,
Your
my
friends?
best friend who bless her, she's awesome. But she will turn around and go, she's a slut. And I'll go, what do you mean? She goes, I've seen them at party. And I'm like, for God's sake.
Basically, every time he thinks there's a cute girl, this friend of his will
Who,
turn around.
Who, by the way, is a lesbian with a girlfriend.
So she probably, you know.
What fucking business is of yours?
Exactly. Turns around and says, she's a slut.
Now,
Do you know who doesn't say that? Gary.
or Dan.
You keep referring to me
Sorry.
Geek.
May I borrow the sword for a moment?
No, you cannot have a sword until you've learned to use
My
it
name's
correctly.
Geek, sir.
Yeah. See, once you've insulted him, you have to do the
So,
formal.
That's the thing.
That's why.
That's
I'm
what I want to
casual.
know. Do you guys have any kind of phrases that go through your head which instantly trigger a bad sentence? Like,
Well, that other people may say it instantly, you go, no.
or that you see yourself and you start a sentence and you go, wait, do we really
Yeah.
want to say this?
No offense.
Right.
I'm not racist.
But,
Anything along the lines of no disrespect, but it's usually
In my
X,
opinion.
But
In my opinion.
someone said. That's always like someone, as in you said, but you don't have a source to.
Ones that come from me personally,
yeah.
no.
That's like,
I don't really have that problem where you have seen me. I'll say stuff that's inappropriate. I'll say stuff that's really shouldn't be said by people.
I tend to find when people hear a sentence from me that starts with "I know that," they usually tend to turn off. Or if I say something like "I was thinking," then that's when they're usually like, "No, let's just not turn off. Let's walk away."
I've got an idea. Oh.
I don't. There's one line that usually gets people to drop everything and look and just like, "Yep," and they'll sit and listen. I've never had everyone except my older brother, who's a cock, have had this reaction.
not even the chicken kind that produces, meat and sustenance for humans. More the evil villain.
No, it's a phrase that usually gets people to listen to me
Ow.
is, "I had this dream about you last night."
I get told this on a regular
The
basis.
thing is, immediately everyone knows.
This is exactly what you're thinking, Dan.
immediately everyone knows. Immediately, everybody knows that this isn't going to be like a sexy dream. It's going to be something either influenced by... Either fucked up, inspired by Dragon Ball Z or something I've read and watched.
I very rarely get the Dragon Ball Z kind. I do, however, I am noted to get the first kind, which is confusing to me.
I always get the fucked up ones.
But,
I just appear in people's dreams and have sex with them. It just happens.
I remember a conversation with my older brother when I was about to tell him a dream.
That is one part when art does not transcend reality.
I was about to tell him a dream I had, and my older brother told us, nobody wants to hear your dreams. They're the most boring thing you can talk about. And then the very next day, he's like, I had this weird dream. I just turned around and said, dude, nobody wants to talk about dreams. They're the most boring thing you can talk about.
Well, excuse me, brothers of the Technicolor Dream Code.
And he acted so fucking offended. It was like, dude, I'm quoting you. You said this yesterday. And he went, I meant yours. I was like, at least mine have a fucking narrative, unlike yours, you fucking marijuana smoking cunt bucket.
Let's not insult marijuana smokers.
He's cool. He's alright. We're just different people. That's all it is. We have two very, very different philosophies in life. To be honest with you, I couldn't give two shits about what he does because he doesn't give two shits about what I do. We just keep things as separate as possible and we survive on that basis.
Indubitably.
But yes, so moving away from all that jazz, something I do want to draw your attention to, good folk, is our shop, which is moderated, designed and managed by our very own TheLonewalker1. It is TheLonewalker1 shop.spreadshirt.com.
Indeed it is.
You can find a fuckload of merchandise there for hashtag shout, hashtag total markout, and some other cool stuff. Like one of my favourites of Adam's work is a Cthulhu t-shirt, which on the front says, I just met you.
And this is crazy, and on the back it simply says, but I'm Cthulhu, so Fatang, maybe.
Yeah, but we also have some amazing hashtag shout shirts. Featuring, we have t-shirts for each member of the cast.
I should have said I just met you and I'll drive you crazy, but nah.
Right, we have t-shirts for different members of the show. We have shirts for the Suited Up Sith.
Suited Up Sith, the Pirate Pimp.
Yeah. We have ones for the Miracle Mark, the Patron Saint, the Social Awkward, and of course the Prince of Professionalism. You can get all these on tlw1shop.spreadshirt.com. However, in April, we will be doing a contest where one of you can win your very own official hashtag shout t-shirt.
Oh,
I hope you're paying for it.
Yes, I am.
I hope I win.
Can I win?
No.
Can the duck win?
No.
Can that win?
Can Geek win?
No.
I don't think you heard me.
No, you can't win.
I think I can.
No, because this contest is not going to be open to the 3 members of Shout.
Well, damn it, when am I going to get a shirt?
You could get your last enter for you.
I could.
There's nothing over that.
And get to that
anyway,
Geek of Green t-shirt.
So basically, we'll have more information on that. Yes, I'll be covering the costs.
Yay, because I'm broke.
So man. So basically,
even if I weren't broke, I have too many birthdays.
But do visit the store, check it all out. But, ladies and gentlemen, well, the jury,
my head is itchy.
It's been over an hour and a half. We've talked about Neil Gaiman. We've talked about love. We've talked about music. We've talked about Justin Bieber, wanker. And we've talked
How
about.
did we talk about music and Justin Bieber in the same show?
Because Geek is a genius.
Which means that it must be time for us to get the hell out of here so we can watch some more WrestleMania.
WrestleMania!
And we have 2 bags of Doritos that need devouring before the night is over. So!
All the bats will
From the suited up Sith, the pirate pimp, TheLonewalker1, moderator of the store and founder of the show, it's goodbye.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, reality need not always be cynical and cold and deadly and so. And buy my shirts!
From the master of Marvel, the dictator of DC, the maniacal Mark, the patron saint, the socially awkward,
the Wizard of Weird.
The Wizard of Weird, of course.
That's going on a shirt.
Indeed. And the field marshal of fiction. He is the Geek King.
Why do you hate me so?
Because I buy the t-shirt. And
he's buying us t-shirts, Dan.
Hashtag genius, hashtag ironic. It's the Prince of Professionalism, SteveJones313, saying thank you for tuning in my show. Remember, next week, I take on Geek King for his hashtag shout geek Hashtag Championship. It's renamed after
It pretty is.
the hashtag.
I hold all the belts.
The hashtag show Quiz Championship.
I'm like a one-man, four-man horseman.
Which Adam will be the quiz master of.
I have actually done preparation for this one.
Yes,
It
only took you 6
now,
weeks.
just to give you guys a clue, it gives you a hint, remember? I have held the title once, and I've held it for the shortest amount of time. I held it for 7 days. Right? I hold the record for the shortest title reign in the show's history.
I not only have the most reigns, but the longest as well.
The longest as well. So therefore...
And I'm the first undisputed...
Yeah.
The wandering... You're like Chris Jericho of this show.
No, well, he invented that.
Yeah, he is the undisputed, the Wandering Angel quiz champion.
I hold the shout.
And the total markout.
And the Wandering Angel Productions.
Yeah.
You know
Don't you
what?
also hold the hashtag total markout? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you know what else?
What?
Jerry King Law lied.
Yeah.
It's not good to be king sometimes. When you're the Geek King, it's good to be king all the time.
Yeah. If anybody wondering, no, there will not be a D03 quiz because there's enough questions on that show as it is. And there's no
Although, there might be a cameo.
Yeah, you get cameos, but the thing is, there's going to be 2 podcast-type shows under the Wandering Angel banner. So, really, it doesn't work, does it? But anyway, from all 3 of us here, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the weekly debate/discussion show. Hashtag...